Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate RingsideNews.com. Less than 2 weeks away now from WrestleMania 31. I will be there in Santa Clara and San Jose to cover the Hall of Fame, WrestleMania of course, and Raw the next night. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com and my Twitter account at twitter.com/NoDQ.com, and make sure you watch WrestleMania on the WWE Network for just $9.99. It is cancelable. I've gotten some questions about this. There's no more 6-month commitment. You can sign up for WrestleMania and then cancel it. WrestleMania is the one show of the year that is worth checking out, even if you're not a fan of the current product. With that out of the way, let's get down to your questions here from spring.me/AaronRift. First one today comes from Derek J. 1993. Hey Aaron, what did you think of Raw this week? I actually thought it was a thumbs down show, but I loved the ending when Sting helped out Orton. For the most part, I was disappointed with Raw. I felt that it was more filler than anything else, but I do agree with you that the ending was tremendous. Sting coming out and finally getting physically involved beyond just one Scorpion death drop. And I even enjoyed the promo after Raw when Sting and Randy Orton were in the ring. And all I can say is it's about time for Sting, for him to finally get involved physically and cutting promos. He should have been doing this a long time ago. Although I can see WWE's viewpoint here if they're trying to hold off until the last minute. You don't want to peak too soon. You don't want to have Sting come out and do a promo 2 months before WrestleMania and then the storyline cools off. It's best to gradually build up the storyline and build up the hype and get it bigger and bigger as you get closer to WrestleMania. And I got other questions here. This one from Jeremiah Dorset. Hey Aaron, please answer in video. What are your thoughts on the ending of Raw with Randy Orton and Sting taking out the Authority? To me, it was the best Raw ending in a long time. And what are your thoughts on Lesnar versus Reigns and that confrontation and Paul Heyman's promos? Well, I just talked about the Sting-Randy Orton ending to Raw, which I thought was tremendous. I'll give my thoughts on Lesnar and Reigns. I really enjoyed the Brock Lesnar video package. I think that that's the best way to utilize Lesnar when it comes to him talking and cutting promos. You know, do it similar to how the UFC promos were done. Just keep it simple. Him talking about how he's going to beat somebody's ass and show clips of him devastating people. That's all you need to do with him. And Paul Heyman was tremendous as usual. You know, I think that Paul Heyman has probably cut over an hour's worth of promos on Raw when you combine it all from the past several weeks. But still, Paul Heyman can come out there and he can talk for 10 hours for all I care. I mean, he's always going to be very entertaining. And, he's really done a tremendous job building up this Lesnar versus Reigns match. With that being said, not a huge fan of Roman Reigns' promo. I felt that technically it was okay. I mean, his promos have been decent. But to me, they just feel too scripted, too forced, doesn't feel natural. It sounds like a guy that is reading off of a script. That's the vibe I get from Roman Reigns. Don't really like the t-shirt. Once again, it just feels very forced and very fake, and just WWE, they're coming up with something to try to market him. I don't know. Just to me, it lacks creativity when it comes to Roman Reigns and how WWE has been utilizing him. The blue contacts aren't doing it for me either, but Heyman and Lesnar have been tremendous, and I do like the little twist here with the fact that WWE is bringing up that his contract is coming up. And, that adds a lot of intrigue, I think, because you wonder, is Brock Lesnar going to get screwed like Bret Hart did in Montreal? Or is Paul Heyman going to turn on Brock Lesnar? Is Roman Reigns going to turn heel? Definitely add some possibilities to this match. And, this match really needs all the help it can get. So I think it's a good thing to bring up the contract. And, it is the reality era. Blend in reality with storyline. I mean, when WWE does these kind of storylines, it's always done more to enhance the match. All right, this one comes from CJ Records. Hey Aaron, watching Sting tonight, I was a little concerned he seemed a bit blown up at the very start, but it just might be me. Do you think this match with Triple H might do more harm than good from him? Than good for him? From Judge yourself. I was a bit concerned the fact that Sting came out and was still wearing a t-shirt. I mean, during his last TNA matches, he was wearing a shirt. And he does look to be in good shape. But time will tell. I mean, it's hard to say what kind of condition he's going to be in for WrestleMania. Will he be able to perform at a level that people are expecting from him? Sting's first match in WWE, I think expectations are going to be very high. But at the same time, Triple H is going to do everything in his power to make this match as memorable as possible. The last thing he wants is for his match at WrestleMania to be a stinker. Triple H is going to want this match to go over well. And it doesn't need to be the best technical match of all time. If the fans react strongly to this match, I think that it will go over just fine. And even if Sting's not at the best physical conditioning, it'll still be a great match. You look at Hogan and Rock from WrestleMania 18, from a technical standpoint, that match was not good at all, but the crowd was red hot for it. And I think with a strong crowd, and if Sting can go at maybe 85, 90%, it'll still be a really good match. All right, this one comes from Fight Fan. Hey Aaron, although all of Sting's appearances have been good, would you agree that WWE hasn't done enough to properly build Sting and Triple H at WrestleMania? I.e. Triple H taking a backseat in recent weeks and Sting having yet to do an actual promo. Well, I feel that it is important to have Sting come out there and talk. Sting has proven in recent years that he can cut a good promo. You look at his stuff in TNA. His delivery was always really strong. Granted it was scripted by Vince Russo, but Sting went out there and he always did a good job when it came to the promos in TNA. And, based off of the promo he did after Raw, I thought that was really good. That got me more excited about the match than anything else WWE has done up to this point. And, there is the speculation that they're afraid of having Sting go out there and cut a live promo because they don't think he'll be able to deliver the lines the way WWE wants them delivered. Hence them altering his voice in that video package and, having Sting's message appear on the Titantron instead of him actually appearing. But Sting, when he did that promo, when he got in the ring, he still had the fire in him. And that's the thing about Sting. He's one of the greatest baby faces of all time. Just let him go out there, let him cut a big promo where he speaks from the heart. And, I think that will do more to get people excited about the WrestleMania match than anything else. I definitely think that, if Sting's going to cut a promo the week before WrestleMania is the best time to do it. It's a snowball effect. You want to continue building and building and creating more excitement as WrestleMania draws closer. So in my opinion, I think it would definitely be a good idea for Sting to go out there and actually cut his big money promo this coming week in Los Angeles for the final Raw before WrestleMania. All right, got this one here from Noel804. Hey Aaron, it looks like the WWE Hall of Fame inductees are all about done for this year. Do you think that they are holding off inducting Sting until next year with possibly another WrestleMania match? Well, the thing that's interesting about next year's WrestleMania is I'm expecting Undertaker to go in. It makes more sense for Undertaker to go in when WrestleMania is in Dallas and Undertaker's backyard in Texas. I think Sting wrestling another match and going into the Hall of Fame, it makes more sense for Undertaker and Sting to be separate. Undertaker should headline one Hall of Fame. Sting should headline another. And as far as Sting wrestling more matches, I think a lot of that will depend how the WrestleMania match goes. If Sting can go out there and still perform at a level that satisfies the fans, I could definitely see him doing a few more matches. You can do Sting versus Cena. You can do Sting versus Orton. And there's a few other options. But yeah, a lot of it will depend on how well the match with Sting and Triple H comes off at WrestleMania. If it's even a good idea for Sting to keep getting in the ring. And, every year that goes by, he's another year older. So, WrestleMania will be a real test to see if WWE can get more than one match out of Sting. But I don't think it's going to be like Vince and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 26. I mean, Sting can still take bumps, and I think that he'll still be able to go out there and have a passable match. Whether he does more or not, that will remain to be seen. All right, this one comes from JKin62. With Larry Zbyszko going into the Hall of Fame, what is your opinion on him going in? Do you think WWE should induct a few more names from the AWA? And while I'm asking, what did you think of Nick Bockwinkel going in back in 2007? Well, Nick Bockwinkel was a tremendous star during his era. I definitely felt that he had a lot of credibility to the Hall of Fame. And same thing with Larry Zbyszko. Larry Zbyszko was a big star in the 80s in multiple territories in the WWF. He had that big match with Bruno Sammartino at Shea Stadium. And then he went on to the AWA, won the world title. And then he went to WCW, part of the Dangerous Alliance. And then he became an announcer. He was, one of the main announcers during the hottest period in WCW when Nitro was on fire. And he was part of the NWO storyline. He had the match with Bischoff for control of Nitro. Larry Zbyszko had a very lengthy and memorable career. So I'm very happy that he's going in. He definitely deserves it. He adds credibility to the Hall of Fame. And WWE should definitely induct more AWA names, and I definitely feel that they will, considering the fact that they own the tape library and they have all that footage. And I got this question here. So Mizdow has a fair amount of momentum going into WrestleMania, but where does his character go after Mania, assuming he doesn't win the Memorial Battle Royal? To be more specific, where does he go after his feud with Miz? Well, I really don't feel like WWE has any kind of long-term plans for Mizdow, Damien Sandow. The fact that WWE doesn't even have enough confidence in the two of these guys to do a one-on-one match at WrestleMania, I mean, that really speaks volumes. The fact that these two guys are just thrown into a battle royal when they've had several months of build-up with this storyline and this split between the two of them, I don't think WWE is ever going to really invest all that much in Damien Sandow. I hate to say it. Once he goes babyface, I mean, that will be a second chance for him. I'm guessing his character will go in a different direction from the intellectual savior. But it's really hard to say how far he'll go once he turns face and if WWE will ever invest a lot in his character. I mean, that is definitely a big question mark. And with so many new guys coming in, and you have NXT guys like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and WWE focusing on young talent, I really would like to say that Damien Sandow will get a big push again once he turns face, but I just don't have that much confidence in WWE for that to happen. All right, that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. YouTube.com/NoDQCAW. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com and the Twitter account, Twitter.com/NoDQDOTCOM. And I will see you guys next time for more NoDQ&A video.